When we speak about Hajj, we often reduce it to logistics, flights, visas, hotels, crowds, but that framing misses the essence entirely. Hajj does not begin at the airport, and it does not begin when you first lay eyes on the Kaaba. In reality, Hajj begins much earlier, in a place far less visible but infinitely more important. It begins in the heart. Because before the body travels, the soul must be called. And that is the first shift we need to internalize. Hajj is not simply a decision you make. It is an invitation you receive. There are millions of Muslims across the world who have the financial means, the physical ability, and the logistical access to go. Yet, year after year, they do not go. And then there are others, people you would never expect, who are suddenly given the opportunity, almost as if the doors open for them in ways they never planned. This is not coincidence. This is divine selection. Psychologically, this changes how you view the entire journey. Because when you see Hajj as a Arabic, Dal Arabic, Teen Arabic, Wow Arabic Tath, a call from Allah, it transforms your mindset from one of control to one of humility. You are no longer the planner, the organizer, the one making it happen. You are the one being chosen. And that realization alone softens the heart. It breaks the illusion of self-sufficiency that we carry in our daily lives. You begin to ask yourself, why me? What has Allah seen in me that I have been invited to His house? And that question is powerful because it forces self-reflection. It forces sincerity. It forces you to confront your own spiritual state before you even take the first step of the journey. Because if this is truly an invitation from Allah, then how should one prepare to meet Him, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, internally? This is why the Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Mim Arabic, Alif Arabic, Hams, emphasize niyyah, the intention, not as a ritual phrase, but as a deeply conscious act. What are you seeking from this journey? Is it status? Is it the title of Haji? Is it a cultural milestone? Or is it something deeper, something more profound, a genuine desire to reconnect with Allah, to seek forgiveness, to start again? And here's the reality: the value of your Hajj will be determined long before you arrive in Makkah. Because the external journey is only a reflection of the internal one. If the heart is distracted, the body will simply perform rituals. But if the heart is Arabic, Het Arabic, Alif Arabic, Daida Arabic, Rot present, aware, longing, then every step becomes meaningful, every dua becomes sincere, every moment becomes transformative. Philosophically, Hajj challenges one of the most deeply rooted assumptions we live with, the belief that we are in control of our lives. We plan our careers, our families, our futures, but Hajj disrupts that narrative. It reminds us that the most important journeys are not the ones we plan, but the ones we are called to. And the greatest honor is not in reaching a destination, but in being invited to it. So before you think about packing your bags, ask yourself, has your heart begun the journey? Have you responded to the call internally, even if you haven't physically gone yet? Because the one who truly understands Hajj begins preparing long before they ever wear the Ihram. And perhaps that is the most profound lesson of all. Hajj is not about traveling to a place, it is about being summoned to a purpose. And the one who recognizes the call and responds with sincerity has already taken the first step toward a journey that will change everything. Now, once that call has been answered internally, the journey begins to take on a very different form. Because Hajj is not just about going somewhere sacred, it is about becoming someone different. And one of the very first things that happens is both simple and profound. You are asked to strip away everything that once defined you. The moment you enter into Ihram, something remarkable occurs. You are no longer distinguished by your profession, your wealth, your social circle, or even your nationality. The clothing that once expressed individuality, taste, and status is replaced by two simple, unstitched pieces of cloth. And at first glance, it may seem symbolic, almost ceremonial, but in reality, it is deeply psychological. It is a deliberate dismantling of the identity you have spent your entire life constructing. Think about how much of our daily behavior is driven by how we are perceived. We curate our image, we protect our reputation, we measure our worth through comparisons: who earns more, who looks better, who commands more respect. This constant attachment to status becomes so normalized that we rarely question it. It becomes our lens for understanding ourselves and others. But Hajj disrupts that lens entirely. When millions of people stand side by side in identical garments, those invisible hierarchies collapse instantly. The CEO stands next to the laborer. The scholar walks beside the one who is just beginning to learn. The powerful and the powerless become indistinguishable, and in that moment you are confronted with a reality that is both liberating and unsettling. The things you thought made you someone in this world carry no weight in the sight of Allah. This is not meant to humiliate, it is meant to awaken. Because when those external layers are removed, what remains is the truest version of you. No titles, no filters, no distractions. Just Arabic, Alif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Alif Tat, Hams Arabic, Noon Arabic, Sin Arabic, Alif Arabic, Noon standing before his creator. And that exposure can be uncomfortable. It forces you to see yourself without the armor you've relied on for so long. It asks you a difficult question: if everything you associate with your identity were taken away, who would you be? And this is where the humility of Hajj begins to take root. Humility in Islam is not about thinking less of yourself, it is about seeing yourself accurately. It is recognizing that you're Arabic, Alf Arabic, Yet Arabic, Meme Arabic, Tet Ma'but, does not come from what you own or what you've achieved, but from your relationship with Allah. And that relationship cannot be dressed up or disguised. It is raw, it is personal, and it is completely independent of worldly validation. There is also a powerful parallel here with the final stage of our existence. The Arabic, Lam Arabic, by Arabic, Lif Arabic scene of Ihram closely resembles the kafan, the shroud in which we will all be buried. It is a quiet but undeniable reminder that just as we entered this world with nothing, we will leave it with nothing. The difference is that on the day we return to Allah, there will be no opportunity to adjust, to improve, or to prepare. Hajj, in many ways, is a rehearsal for that reality. And so, the stripping away of status is not a loss, it is a gift. It frees you from the burden of constantly proving yourself. It releases you from the endless cycle of comparison. It reorients your sense of worth from the temporary to the eternal. But here is the challenge: what happens after Hajj? Because it is one thing to feel equal in Ihram, surrounded by millions who look just like you. It is another thing entirely to return to a world that constantly reinforces division and hierarchy. The real test is whether that sense of humility stays with you, whether you continue to see people not through the lens of status, but through the lens of humanity and faith. If Hajj has truly impacted you, then your interactions will change, your arrogance will soften, your judgments will decrease. You will carry within you a quiet awareness that no matter how different people appear on the surface, before Allah, we are all the same, dependent, accountable, and in need of mercy. And perhaps that is the deeper transformation, not just removing the Arabic, Lam Arabic, Ba Arabic, Alif Arabic scene of status for a few days, but removing the attachment to it altogether. Because in the end, the one who truly understands Hajj is the one who no longer needs the world to tell them who they are. Having stood in Ihram, they already know. And once a person has stripped away the layers of identity and status, standing in that state of humility and equality, the journey begins to reveal something even deeper, something almost unsettling in its clarity, because Hajj is not just a series of rituals. It is a living, moving reflection of the hereafter. It is as if, for a few days, the unseen world becomes partially visible, and the future we often ignore is brought directly in front of us. Take the day of Arafah. Millions of people gathered in one place, standing, raising their hands, calling out to Allah with urgency, with desperation, with hope. There is no distraction left, no titles, no possessions, no barriers, just Arabic, Alif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Alif Tat Hams, Arabic, Noon Arabic, Seen Arabic, Alif Arabic, Noon and his creator. And if you pause and truly observe that scene, it becomes impossible not to draw the parallel. This is what the Day of Judgment will resemble. Not in its entirety, of course, but in its essence, the gathering, the waiting, the overwhelming awareness that everything now depends on Allah's mercy. Psychologically, this moment is powerful because it forces a confrontation we spend most of our lives avoiding. We live as though accountability is distant, abstract, something we'll think about later, but Hajj collapses that distance. It brings the akhara into the present moment. It makes you feel, even if just briefly, what it means to stand with nothing but your deeds. And that feeling can be heavy. Because when you stand in Arafah, you begin to realize that all the things that consumed your thoughts back home, the stress, the competition, the endless pursuit of more, none of it holds the same weight here. In that moment, only one question matters: where do I stand with Allah? Not in terms of appearance, not in terms of reputation, but in terms of sincerity. Arabic, Tain Arabic, Ba Arabic, Alif Arabic, Dal Ah, and the state of the heart. This is where the philosophical depth of Hajj becomes undeniable. It challenges your perception of reality itself. What you once thought was central, your career, your social standing, your daily concerns, begins to feel peripheral. And what you may have neglected, your relationship with Allah, your accountability, your ultimate return, suddenly becomes the only thing that truly matters. Even the movement of Hajj reinforces this realization. The constant flow of people, the structured rituals, the sense of being part of something vast and uncontrollable, it all mirrors the experience of Arabic, Alif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Ba Arabic, Sheen Arabic, Rot Arabic, Yet Arabic, Tet, Mabut, moving toward an inevitable destination. You are no longer in control of your schedule, your pace, or even your comfort. You are part of a larger system, moving in submission, just as humanity will one day move toward judgment. And then there is the emotional intensity of it all, the tears, the Arabic, Dal Arabic, Tain Arabic Alif, the moments of silence where a person is left alone with their thoughts despite being surrounded by millions. These are not ordinary experiences. They are glimpses, brief but powerful, into a reality that is usually hidden behind the distractions of daily life. But here is the critical point. Hajj does not show you the hereafter to overwhelm you, it shows it to awaken you. Because recognizing that you will stand before Allah is not meant to lead to despair, it is meant to lead to action. It is meant to realign your priorities while you still have time. While you can still change, still seek forgiveness, still build a relationship with Allah that will benefit you when that inevitable day arrives. And this is why the experience can be so transformative. For the one who reflects, Hajj becomes more than a memory. It becomes a Arabic, Meme Arabic, Tain Arabic, Yet Arabic, Lif Arabic, Rot, a standard by which they measure their life after they return. Decisions are no longer made solely based on worldly gain, but on eternal consequence. Actions are no longer judged by how they appear to Arabic, Lif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Noon Arabic, Lif Arabic Seen, but by how they will be presented to Allah. So the question is not whether you felt something during Hajj. Almost everyone does. The real question is whether that feeling translates into a shift in how you live afterward. Because one day, the scene you witnessed will no longer be a reflection, it will be a reality. And the one who truly understands Hajj is the one who lives every day after it as if they are already standing on that Arabic, Hams, Talif Arabic, Rot Arabic, Daida, aware, accountable, and preparing for the moment when nothing will matter, except the state in which they meet their Lord. And after all of this, the call that began in the heart, the stripping away of identity, the powerful glimpse of the hereafter, there remains one final, unavoidable question: what now? Because Hajj, in its essence, is not meant to be a spiritual high that fades with time. It is meant to be a Arabic, Noon Arabic, Alf Arabic, Hot Arabic, Tet, Mabut, Arabic, Ta Arabic, Het Arabic, Wow Arabic, Lam, a turning point that redefines the trajectory of your life. The real success of Hajj is not measured by how perfectly the rituals were performed, or how emotional the moments felt while you were there. Those are important, no doubt, but they are not the end goal. The real measure is what remains when you return, when the environment changes, when the crowds disappear, when you are no longer surrounded by millions who are all focused on the same purpose. Because back home, everything resumes: the Arabic, Noon Arabic, Va Arabic scene routines, the same responsibilities, the same pressures that once consumed you. And this is where the transformation is tested, not in the sacred spaces of Makkah, but in the ordinary spaces of your daily life. Psychologically, this is where many people struggle. They experience a profound shift during Hajj, a clarity, a softness of heart, a deep connection with Allah, and then slowly, almost imperceptibly, that feeling begins to fade. Not because it wasn't real, but because it wasn't protected, because transformation, by its very nature, requires maintenance. It requires conscious effort, and this is something we often underestimate. We assume that a powerful experience will automatically lead to permanent change. But human behavior doesn't work that way. Without reinforcement, without intentional action, even the most meaningful moments can become distant memories. So the question becomes, how do you preserve what you gained? It begins with recognizing that Hajj was not an endpoint. It was Arabic, Ba Arabic, Dal Arabic, Alif Arabic, Yet Arabic, Tet Mabut. It was Allah showing you what is possible, what your relationship with Him can feel like when distractions are removed, when sincerity is present, when your priorities are aligned. And now the responsibility is yours to carry that forward. This means making deliberate changes, not grand, unrealistic resolutions that fade within weeks, but consistent, sustainable actions. Guarding your prayers with more care than before, being more conscious of your words, your Arabic, Mim Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lif Arabic, Mim Arabic, Lam Arabic, Lif Arabic, Ta, your interactions with others. Letting the humility you experienced in Ihram shape how you see people, how you treat them, how you judge them. It also means protecting your Arabic, Af Arabic, Lam Arabic, Ba, because if Hajj taught you anything, it is that the heart is the center of everything. When it is connected to Allah, everything else falls into place. And when it becomes distracted, hardened, or negligent, even the most outwardly religious actions lose their depth. There is also a subtle but important shift that needs to occur in how you define success. Before Hajj, success may have been tied to achievements, career milestones, financial growth, recognition. And while these are not inherently wrong, they are incomplete. After Hajj, success must be redefined in light of what you experienced. It must include your standing with Allah, your sincerity, your preparation for the hereafter. Because ultimately, Hajj is a reminder that life itself is a journey with a destination that cannot be avoided. And just as you prepared for Hajj planning, saving, organizing, you must now prepare for something far greater. But here is the reality: Not everyone who performs Hajj is changed by it, and that is a difficult truth. Because it means that simply being there is not enough. Transformation is a choice. It is a decision to not return to the same patterns, the same heedlessness, the same version of yourself that existed before. So, as you reflect on this journey, ask yourself honestly, who am I after Hajj? Not in title, not in appearance, but in substance? Has my relationship with Allah deepened? Has my perspective shifted? Have my priorities changed? Because if the answer is yes, even in small ways, then that is the sign of an accepted Hajj. And if not, then the door is still open, because the lessons of Hajj are not confined to those few days. They are meant to be revisited, reapplied, and lived. In the end, Hajj does not change everything on its own. It shows you what needs to be changed. And the one who truly benefits is the one who returns not just with memories, but with a commitment to live differently, to think differently, and to meet Allah one day as someone who was transformed by the journey, not just someone who completed it.